Hello everyone, my greetings to one and all. This is the 7th session on demand analysis. In the previous session, you have understood market demand and factors that affect market demand. I am Poonam Vohra from Microeconomics Learning Center. This session discusses law of demand. It is true only under certain conditions. Let's understand the law. Law of demand. It's a qualitative statement and indicates the direction of change in the amount demanded. It does not indicate the magnitude of change and also does not establish any proportional relation between change in price and resultant change in demand. Law of demand states that there exists inverse relationship between quantity demanded of a commodity and its price, assuming that price of related goods, income and taste of the consumer remains constant. And the reason for inverse relationship is explained by the existence of law of diminishing marginal utility and price effect as given by indifference curve analysis. The inverse relationship between quantity demanded of a commodity and its price is explained by the existence of law of diminishing marginal utility. It states that when a consumer consumes more and more units of a commodity, the utility derived from each successive unit goes on decreasing. So, demand for a commodity depends upon its utility. The consumer will buy more units only when its price falls. As he buys and consumes more, his level of satisfaction will decline eventually. If he derives less utility, then he will buy additional units only at lower price. Or when less units are available, utility will be high and the consumer will be prepared to pay more for the commodity. This proves the inverse relationship between quantity demanded of a commodity and its price. Since it is based on the law of diminishing marginal utility, demand curve is nothing but marginal utility curve. But demand does not become negative. The inverse relationship between quantity demanded and its price is also explained by the price effect as given by indifference curve analysis. Price effect is the combination of income effect and substitution effect. Income effect refers to effect on change in quantity demanded when real income of the consumer changes due to change in price of the given commodity. That is, with fall in price of the commodity, the purchasing power or real income of the consumer increases. As a result, he can purchase more of a given commodity with the same money income, and on the contrary, rise in price reduces the real income and less is purchased. Substitution effect refers to substituting one commodity in place of other. When price of a given commodity falls, it becomes relatively cheaper as compared to its substitutes. As a result, demand for a given commodity rises and vice versa. So the income and substitution effect ensures that the price effect is negative. That is, with fall in price, demand rises. This inverse relationship between demand and price is due to the decision of the consumer to maximize benefit subject to the budget constraint. Hence, law of demand is based on the theoretical framework of consumer's choice. Assess yourself. 4 statements are given. You need to identify the correct statement. A. Law of demand is universally applicable. B. Law of demand is the result of diminishing marginal utility. C. Growth in population is not related to demand for cars. D. Innovation leads to cost reduction, increases the demand for bikes. Which one is correct? Please check your answer. Statement B is correct. Law of demand is the result of diminishing marginal utility. A is incorrect because law of demand is not universally applicable. There are a lot of exceptions to law of demand. Then growth in population is not related to demand for cars. This is incorrect. More population means more demand. Similarly, innovation leading to cost reduction increases the demand for bikes, not necessarily. So, rest options are incorrect. Option B is the correct statement. I hope you have understood the law of demand, its reasons and its applicability too. With this, the session comes to an end. The next session would focus on movement and shifts in demand, emphasizing on increase and expansion in demand. Till then, keep reading and keep learning.